I thought Doug's greatest quality was his ability to be a sounding board for everybody in the office. He always had so much background because he'd worked at CFM for so long.
Doug's greatest quality is a very intuitive sense of how to treat people. He was always so welcoming and warm and always gave people the benefit of the doubt and was very kind. I've gotten to know Doug. He has just such a deep, deep awareness of the world and of what's important, and I just so appreciate that.
He's very loyal. For all the time that I've known him, I can't think of anybody who's been more loyal than him. He has terrific integrity. Never ever had to question the source of information, motivation for it. He's just one of those people that you rely on because he's very reliable.
Everyone enjoys being around Doug. Everyone can take something away from Doug and things that he says and the way he says it. This place is not the same without Doug. Every meeting I am ever in with Doug, he always will say something very succinct, poignant, and memorable.
Doug's greatest quality is really his kindness. He's such a kind and generous person with his time, with his wisdom, and with his knowledge, and I just really appreciate that so much.
In working with Doug, the quality that I most admire and came to find as an asset for our business was his dependability. There wasn't an assignment we could give Doug that he wouldn't find a way to do. He was always very gentle and respectful in providing his feedback, but you knew where Doug stood on things, and he had the best sense of humor in a dry, demented sort of way.
Wise PR guy who always offered little tidbits and nuggets of information that he always did in a subtle way but really helped me throughout my PR career.
Doug knows the media. He knows what it means to be a reporter or an editor, having been one for a long time. His ability to put issues he faces in a broader context.
Oh, great. His honesty, he really wants to do the right thing. That's something I really appreciated about Doug. He was always candid. He gave us frank opinions. In the end, it was his honesty that really paid off.
He is one of the smartest communications people I've ever met. He has delivered up the most incredible, funniest, wittiest lines imaginable. When I joined the firm in 1999, Gary put Doug in charge of me. I'm sure that he went and told Doug, "Here comes a rookie. Go help him figure the world out," and Doug did.
I really didn't get to know him as well as I came to know him until he joined us at CFM, and I learned a lot of things about him that were consistent with my own experience. Like me, he grew up in Ladd's Addition. Like me, he went to Portland State. Like me, he never graduated. As a pair of dropouts, making a career in public relations may seem odd, but fortunately, with his help, I was able to do it and learn from his mastery of the skills of public relations. I enjoyed my years working with Doug. Regret that I don't get to work with him on a daily basis anymore.
My favorite memory of Doug is when we had finished the website, and it was a huge process. It took well over a year of committee, and it was quite a bit of work. But to celebrate, Doug took us all out for Spanish coffees and lunch at this beloved Portland restaurant that was such a part of the history of Portland and was so much a part of Doug too. And so I really appreciate that he not only did that thing kind of above and beyond just out of the goodness of his heart, but also found a way to kind of show us a part of Portland's history as well.
My favorite memory of Doug was one afternoon, and I don't remember the occasion, but I went into his office to ask a question, and most folks were gone from the office. And Doug had a bottle of liquor open on his desk, and I said I would be back, and I went back down to my office, and about 10 minutes later I could smell the liquor coming down the office, and I think everybody else smelled it too, because by the end of the afternoon we were all in Doug's office chatting and learning the history of CFM and learning about all these different life experiences that Doug had had, and it was really fun.
My favorite memory with Doug is actually from my very first days at CFM, and I was so impressed by Doug's brilliance as a writer. He really can just add sparkle and punch to any subject, and he'd pulled me into his office one day and had kind of expressed his faith in me, which I so appreciated, and also he told me I was a good writer, which to hear that from Doug just really meant a lot, and I've always kept it in my pocket.
am thankful for and will always remember Doug really helping me hone my AP writing skills as a budding PR professional. Now I will forever know what a split infinitive is, and I find them in news articles all the time. I really admired him about that. He was a very gifted writer.
I've watched him develop as a professional. I've watched him face life challenges. I've watched him at social occasions. Back in the day, we even drank beer together. So my memory of him isn't sort of a single moment. It's really a panoramic moment.
Doug, you've been a friend for the last 16 years. My professional career has greatly benefited by you being a colleague of mine. I wish you well and look forward to our paths crossing many more times.
Doug, I'd like to say thank you. You've really been such a true friend during my time at CFM, and I'm really going to miss you a lot, and I miss you already, and please come back and stop by as often as you can and have a wonderful retirement.
Doug, this is Dave. We've known each other for a long time. Our memories go back to Astoria and to Portland and early Willamette Week days and many other contexts. We're going to miss you, and I mean that very genuinely. You've been a good, lately, graybeard for us at CFM. I appreciate all your input, appreciate all your work. We'll miss you, and I hope you stay in touch with us. So, God bless and Godspeed.
Doug, thanks for always being willing to share a story and to quench my thirst for history of Portland, history of PR in Portland, and the history of media in Portland. It was always fun to have those chats.
You're part of the CFM family. We want to keep you part of the family, you and Susan, and look forward to you being involved with us for a long period of time.
You were such an important part of my time at CFM from day one. You were always super friendly and always there for me. You've been an amazing friend and colleague, and I was so fortunate to have worked with you, and I want you to enjoy your time in retirement, kick back and relax and have a giant glass of wine a few times a day if you choose, because you can, and travel and just have an amazing time.
Thank you for everything that you've done, thought, been to everyone, each of us here at CFM. I really appreciate the fact that I've gotten to work with you and gotten to know you, and I really look forward to staying in touch. Have some excellent adventures. I hope you get to spend a lot of time in Hawaii with Susan and drink some scotch. You deserve only the very best things, and enjoy.